Hi, I'm Myra, and you are listening to my daddy and Uncle Chad on the Paranormal Guys podcast.
This series presents information based in part on theory and conjecture.
The facts that will be presented are true. Scientists representing the world's foremost research centers took part in the examination of the evidence.
The Jersey Devil. El Chupacabra. Psychokinesis. The Mothman. UFOs.
Spontaneous human combustion.
Unsolved mysteries. Hi, I'm Chris.
I'm Chad.
And together, we're a
Paranormal Guys.
I'm used to it now.
I know, it feels more natural,
It
doesn't
does.
it?
It makes me happy. Oh, hey, while I'm thinking about it,
Yeah.
before we get into the show, when I was listening to the show last week, I wanna point something out
Okay.
that, and probably nobody in the world except me heard this or thought anything about it. But when we were talking about Seth and the Kickstarter and him getting enough money, I said he'll have enough money to make the next 3 Waterworlds. I was in no way saying that Seth's movies are the quality of Waterworld, because Waterworld sucks. His documentaries are actually really good.
Okay.
So I didn't want Seth to think that I was like, dude, Mothman of Mount Pleasant.
Remember the sequel?
Or Point Pleasant.
Remember the sequel to Waterworld?
Dirt World.
Dirt World.
Postman.
The Postman.
Yeah. So, Seth, your movies are way better than Waterworld.
Seth, I always thought your movies were great. I don't know why Chris would waver.
Not quite as good as Battlefield Earth, but that's another story.
Yeah.
Seth hates us.
He's a big fan of Battlefield Earth.
Hopefully he doesn't hurt himself while he's exercising listening to this.
Yeah, I hope not. Groin pulls are bad.
They are. How's it going, Chad?
It's going, sir. Would you like to hear about my latest medical trauma?
Sure.
So, I have to take B12 injections because of my defective genes.
Yes.
And
Are they Calvin Klein?
they are. They're called Lardash. So I have to have B12 injections, and I'm too much of a wuss to give them to myself. So Katrina will give them to me occasionally.
Yes.
And the other night, she was getting ready to start to stab me. This is Valentine's Day, by the way. And so she jams the needle down. I hear this noise. Sounds like somebody that's stomping on I don't know, something. And so I hear this noise, and she's like, "My God, don't move. The needle's inside you." I was like, "What?" So apparently she had harpooned me. The whole end of the needle came off and went inside. So we went to the ER, and the doctor wasn't going to do anything really except do some x-rays and CTs and keep us there for 4 hours.
So
now I have a permanent
you have a needle inside
inside of my abdomen that we just have to kind of watch. You know, it's a gift.
Huh.
Isn't that awesome? Yeah.
Eventful Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was the gift I got. I got dinner, and she got a little cake, and, you know, was like, "Hey, happy Valentine's, here's a card."
And you got harpooned.
And she stabbed me.
Well, that's amazing.
It is. That's the way my life goes, sir.
I don't have anything near that exciting.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How's sculpting going?
You know, it's getting there.
Yeah.
It's going slow, but steadily.
Gonna have some premium pieces for Crypticon to show off.
Yeah, I'm hoping. So, Chad tried to get me to talk about this last show by mentioning sculpting. And apparently he's trying to get me to talk about it again. But yeah, I've been doing some sculpting. And even though, you know, my OCD makes me think that they look like hunks of Play-Doh from a kindergarten class. I've been told they're okay.
Pretty awesome.
So I'm going to try to start whipping some stuff out and putting them up for sale.
I know our friends have been impressed with them, the pictures they've seen.
The one.
No, I did too. I showed Jason, my buddy that runs Tyrant Toys and Collectibles. Yeah, he saw it. He was like, I'd buy that. But
For $1?
Yeah, for $1. But yeah, Jason, he actually quit his full-time regular job to start running this company. He's always wanted to do like a collectibles and toys business, so he started Tyrant Toys and Collectibles. You can find it on Facebook. Soon he'll have a website. He's not endorsing the show or a sponsor or anything.
Tyrant Toys is not endorsed by Paranormal Guys or its subsidiaries.
But Jason's got some pretty awesome stuff. So if you do like action figures and collectibles and monsters and all that good stuff, check him out. It's Tyrant Toys and Collectibles. You can find him on Facebook. And he's going to, what I understand, he's going to start doing some videos pretty soon. He's got a big collection of like those really big premium statues, and he's going to show some of that stuff off and talk about them and some of the stuff he's got for sale. So, yeah, check him out on Facebook, follow, all that good stuff. And he's got some neat stuff. So if you are in the market for collectible action figures, you like monster stuff and horror movie stuff, he's got it. Right. Transformers. Yeah.
Then yeah, hopefully, one day I can do that and quit my normie job. And
you'll never be able to do that. You got kids.
We'll see.
Unless we can incorporate and get Paranormal Guys insurance.
Right.
Yeah.
We offer that.
I mean, it could be an incentive if we have to have more than how many employees? I don't know.
Nobody's paid, so is there any employees?
Not yet. We'll have to get somebody later on. An intern, maybe.
Intern.
We get an intern.
So yeah, hopefully, one day I can start turning out some sculptures to sell.
That'd be cool. Very cool.
Because right now they've just been birthday presents.
Yeah. The ones you've done so far are nice. We've got Dogman that was supposed to be mine that I never got to take. There's the Mothman that's really cool. You did Sam from Trick or Treat.
Sam for Trick or Treat for somebody at work. That's the only thing I've actually sold.
Nice. Yeah, look good.
And the big pumpkin-headed scarecrow from Myra.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody's gotten a sculpture so far but me.
Dogman, he's right upstairs.
Oh, I'll take him with me when I leave.
No. He's fine where he is.
What else are we talking about, Chris, before we get into it?
Well, Chad, last show we did talk about the new segment that we're going to try to do. And still nameless at this point.
What's happening now?
You haven't came up with a good usable name yet, so we're going to open it up to the Pongite Nation.
Okay.
So, if you could come up with a good name for the new segment that we just give announcements about paranormal stuff.
Paranormal Activity?
No.
Oh.
Crappy movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, any kind of conventions, books, movies, Kickstarters, anything like that in the paranormal world you know of, you can send us an email. We'll put it on the show, announce it. Mm-hmm. A clever name for that. And, if you send one in saying paranormal announcements, it will not be considered.
Yeah.
Has to be clever. We might, I don't know what, Chad, throw you a free bone of a Paranormal Guys t-shirt?
We could do a t-shirt.
Yeah.
We could do a sticker. If Chris would ever do the little black-eyed kid figures, the little Beck kids.
Okay, so it would be a Paranormal Guys t-shirt. I don't know where Chad's going with this. One of my kids, one of Chad's dogs.
No.
Oh, see?
We're not sending a dog.
Getting personal?
No.
So yeah, come up with a clever name. If we like your name and pick it to be the new segment name, we'll throw you a Paranormal Guys t-shirt.
There you go.
Limited edition.
Call it a gift.
Right.
Exclusive 2017 for 2018 t-shirt.
Are you having trouble with what day it is, Chad?
Uh-huh.
So anyway, let's go on to the new nameless segment.
Uh-huh.
Moving along.
Uh-huh.
As far as conferences go, Chad.
Yes.
May 5th at the Salt Fork State Park Lodge and Conference Center.
Mm-hmm.
You probably know what it is.
It's the Ohio Bigfoot Conference.
Yeah. All things Bigfooty.
Yep. Bigfooty goodness out in the middle of Bigfoot country with Bigfoot enthusiasts. Bigfoot.
With big feet.
And there will probably be some chainsaw Bigfoots there that are like from Texas. No, they'll be wooden carved Bigfoot. There'll be some Bigfoot prints. Not the singer who's passed away, but, you know, like castings of footprints. Or prints of photographs, whichever you want to call it. Maybe Bobcat Goldthwait will show up again. You know, I know him.
Yeah, we're all aware that you've met Bobcat Goldthwait once.
Mm-hmm. And he's never called again.
Wonder why. But, and then a little bit on past that, in Minerva, Ohio, on June 16th this year is Minerva Monster Day.
Yes.
And I think Seth Breedlove has at least a hand in that one, doesn't he?
If not two, and a foot.
So anyway, yeah, June 16th in Minerva, Ohio is Minerva Monster Day.
Yeah.
So check that one out.
I think they have these big billboards that says Seth Breed loves this Minerva Monster Day.
There are times when I just stop listening to you.
I know you do.
And then the last conference we'll talk about on this one is September 8th and 9th in Frankfurt.
Oh, yeah.
It's our favorite con of the year.
It is.
CryptidCon.
CryptidCon, that's right. You know who's going to be there this year?
Us?
Besides us.
Oh. Seth?
Yes.
Creature Replica?
Yes, of course.
Lyle Blackburn.
I'm sure he probably will be. But there's another big guest that's going to be there.
Bobo?
No, he's going to be there, but I'm not talking about Bobo. There's a guest that's going to be
Bobo?
there who, from what I understand a while back, wasn't going to be out in this part of the country again, so it might be a rare opportunity to see him.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Bob's in there, but not Bobcat Goldthwait.
Who?
Bob Gimlin.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, which that is pretty cool, because I know, what, like you said, the last I saw was he was done doing the convention-y tour.
Well, he wasn't going to be out this way.
Right.
He was going to be out on the, out going towards the California end, that sort of thing.
What just happened?
Needles.
So yeah, that'll be a really cool one to check out. Might be your last chance this side of the Mississippi
Go see Bob.
to see Bob Gimlin.
Get you a nice Bigfoot cast signed. One of those patty casts has been copied for 4 blue million years, and have him sign that sucker.
And if you go up to Bob Gimlin when you're there and say, the paranormal guy sent me,
He'll say,
he'll have no idea what you're talking about, but it'll be cool.
He'll be like, "Who's that? Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Get out.
Go away.
Leave.
Security.
Security. Security."
So there's that, and then just 2 last little things here, Chad. Lauren Coleman's book, Mothman Evil Incarnate, is out for everybody. Like we said last time, it's on, I know it's on Amazon, probably a million other places.
Lauren Coleman is synonymous with the most fun you'll ever have in cryptozoology.
He is a fun guy.
He is a fun guy.
And we don't mean
Not
mushrooms.
a mushroom, that's right.
But,
Yeah.
And on that same vein, Lon Strickler's book, Mothman Dynasty, Chicago's Winged Humanoids, is out now.
Awesome.
And it's also on Amazon.
Yep. And check out Phantoms and Monsters.
That's right. Lon's main hangout, his site.
His bat cave.
The Lawn Cave.
The lawn cave.
Dun, 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 dun. Anyway. So that's the end of Nameless segment.
What's happening now?
So yeah, email us a name so I can say something catchy there.
Email is something. We've gotten some interesting ones here lately.
We did.
Yep. Got some good pictures of someone that's being stalked by a Bigfoot.
That's right.
I won't give out their name. They might not want anybody else to know about it.
And then Bigfoot might be listening and be like, "Hey,
I wasn't looking.
not stalking
Yeah. I
around."
live in the woods where your house is.
Yeah.
Whatever. I pee in a creek.
Does that give you?
It's
That
what
gives
he-
him the right
That's what he does. I pee in a creek.
pee in a creek.
So that's his area.
So Chad,
Yes.
wrapping up that segment, I think now it's time for everybody's favorite paranormal guys segment.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
I think it's the Paro News Stories.
Sure, I'm glad that effect's on the board.
Aren't you?
Yep.
I know how to use that one now.
Thank God.
I mean, if I knew the full capability of this board.
You don't know the full capability of this battle board.
It is.
You know what we need to top everything off, though, to make this complete?
Wait.
Yep.
A vocoder?
I think you're right.
Yeah. If you're a longtime listener to the show, you know at one time Chad's obsession was drones. Then I think headphones for... No, that was my obsession because Chad used crappy headphones and we needed headphones for Chad.
There's nothing wrong with my headphones.
So now Chad's new obsession is a vocoder.
I think a vocoder
which we have no use for.
I have all sorts of uses for a vocoder. If anything, to annoy the crap out of you.
And it would.
Yeah.
But anyway, pair of news stories, Chad.
Okay.
Shut up.
You shut up.
U.S. diplomats in Cuba have unusual brain syndrome, but there's no proof that they were attacked, study says. U.S. diplomats who fell ill in Cuba are victims of a new neurological syndrome, according to brain researchers at the University of Pennsylvania. But the team was unable to shed light on the malady's mysterious cause, which the U.S. State Department has characterized as a health attack.
Mm-hmm.
You're excited.
I am.
From late 2016 through August 2017, as many as 24 U.S. citizens affiliated with the U.S. Embassy in Havana reported symptoms ranging from vertigo and sleeplessness to cognitive impairment. You have that, don't you?
I think so.
Many described hearing loud or disconcerting sounds before the onset of symptoms, or pressure sensations in their ears akin to the baffling that occurs in a moving car with the windows cracked open. Ooh, that's one of the most annoying things ever.
Didn't they have that on X-Files? They had to drive real fast in a certain direction or their ears would explode.
Yeah, but that was just they had to keep driving like west or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or their heads exploded.
Yeah.
Makes
sense.
Yeah, this is just that when you're riding in the car and you crack the rear windows and you get that pop, 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 pop in your ears, it makes you want to like die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that. They felt something weird going on, and when they moved away from the perceived exposure, some of the symptoms abated, says Douglas Smith, director of Penn's Center for Brain Injury and Repair. He's important. The State Department called in the Penn Group after initial explanations of diplomats at the University of Miami in Florida revealed persistent and inexplicable symptoms.
Armed with stethoscopes and chocolate bars, they got down to the bottom of it.
The coincidence of the diplomat's impairment and the auditory phenomena...
Okay,
stop. I hate you. The coincidence of the diplomat's impairment and the auditory phenomena fueled speculation they were victims of a sonic attack. Last summer, citing what it saw as Cuba's inability to protect U.S. diplomats, the State Department pulled most of its personnel out of Cuba and expelled from the U.S. a corresponding number of Cuban diplomats.
You know what I immediately had a vision of in my head when you said sonic attack?
It's going to either have to do with a drive-up restaurant or Transformers.
You're right, the first one. They were getting pelted with cheeseburgers and milkshakes.
The Cuban government has denied knowledge of an attack and has cooperated with the U.S. investigation, which is being spearheaded by the FBI. Spearhead. So, there you go, Chad.
That's pretty weird.
Possible sonic attacks.
Infrasound. Cheeseburgers.
Getting hit by tater tots.
Just tater tots and cheeseburgers all in your eyes and your nose. You know that would kind of burn, probably. Stick to your face because they coat them in ketchup first. Start slow at first.
You have like a tater tot rail gun.
It looks like a Nerf gun.
I mean, if you fire a tater tot at somebody hard enough, I guess it'd still hurt.
Yeah, let's see. Last time I saw...
Especially if they're still frozen.
A study on frozen tater tot velocity. I think it has the same impact as like a 50 caliber shell.
Where was that study?
Pennsylvania.
by the Orida Company.
They were trying to weaponize tater tots against tanks.
Against tanks. Hey, Chad, you know what else?
What?
State of California is sued because it won't recognize Bigfoot.
Crap.
There are a lot of people in this country who claim to believe in the existence of Bigfoot, but one California woman believes so strongly in the beast that she's actually filed a lawsuit to prove it. Last March, Claudia Ackley of Crestline, California, was hiking with her 2 daughters through the woods near Lake Arrowhead in San Bernardino County when she claimed that a Sasquatch came into view.
Okay.
The creature, according to Ackley, was about 30 feet up in a tree.
All right.
You following?
I'm following so far.
Okay.
Her daughter's Sasquatch tree.
30 feet up. Looked like it weighed about 800 pounds.
What kind of tree was it in?
Strong one.
Big one.
And had a head about 3 times the size of a person's.
Okay.
If you're going to describe it. Whatever. He looked like a Neanderthal man with hair all over him. And if he had been in Portugal, he'd have been naked.
In a cave.
In a cave.
With another one.
That's right. Throwback. Mm-hmm. Ackley told the Riverside Press Enterprise he had solid black eyes. He had no expression on his face at all. He did not show his teeth.
Black-eyed Squatch.
He just stared at the 3 of us.
Did he start to maneuver his bottom over close so he could do one of those bird drops on him? And we were coated with some sticky substance, and it's like being hit by a log.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
Because you got to figure 800-pound Bigfoot and 30 feet up in a tree. That's going to have some force when it hits.
If I was an 800-pound Bigfoot, which I'm not far from that, and I could get up in a tree.
You've got tiny little feet, Chad.
Yeah. My whole goal, I think, would be to dookie on people that
Poop
were coming
on
down.
Somebody.
Yeah. Be like, I'd save it up all day, bunch of berries, whatever I could consume to make that giant nutty log. And the next thing you know, I just cannon it right out on them.
Cannon it, huh?
Yep.
Not just let it go natural. You put the force behind it,
And
too.
woe be the wary traveler that on the day that I had diarrhea, they glance up and it goes in their nose and their mouth. I'd even make little shotgun noises before I launch. It'd be like, then you'd hear 800-pound Bigfoot giggles as I went squared across from tree to tree. Crop dusted the whole way. Call me hovercrap. You all right?
Composure.
All right. Finish
Anyway,
up.
Ackley's daughter recorded the alleged encounter on her phone, though the video is inconclusive, of course.
Mm-hmm. Blurry.
Ackley's daughter also reported seeing 2 other Sasquatches run away as the family approached.
Giggling.
Run away. Mm-hmm. When Ackley reported the encounter, however, forest rangers told Ackley it was just a bear.
It was a bear.
So, Ackley teamed up with professional Bigfoot hunter Todd Standing, who is best known as the director of the documentary Discovering Bigfoot. Mm-hmm. Although Standing claims he was initially skeptical of the story because California Sasquatches are largely restricted to the state's northern wilderness, Chad, he was convinced the encounter was real when he saw the video taken by Ackley's daughter, which has already been mentioned as inconclusive. Mm-hmm. Just saying.
Well,
Ackley is a self-proclaimed Bigfoot enthusiast and researcher of more than 20 years, though it's not clear if she knew Standing before the alleged incident. Standing is, however, a controversial figure among other Bigfoot researchers who claim he mixes legitimate research with fake evidence. Dun, dun, dun.
You know who needs to cover this? Seth Breedlove.
He does.
He needs to go out, check out the area, and film it.
With his drones.
With drones.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I think he should take more of a... You know, if Seth would take more of a whimsical approach to some of the films he does, I think a Seth Breedlove
if he
version...
Put a paranormal guy's touch to it?
No. A Seth Breedlove version of Labyrinth. Both cryptids, instead of like just, the goblins they have.
You remind me of the Babe.
What Babe?
No, we're not. Stop. What I like to picture is Seth gets a whole army of drones and paints them blue. And when he goes to record something, he launches them all at once. He goes, "Fly, my pretties!" Anyway, now Ackley has filed a suit against the state of California to force it to recognize the existence of the Sasquatches. The lawsuit alleges that the state's actions have damaged her reputation and endangered the public. Ackley's suit follows one filed by Standing in November against British Columbia, in which he alleged dereliction of duty pertaining to the interest of an indigenous wildlife species.
This sounds like a hot coffee lawsuit to me.
Yeah. Both lawsuits followed a promise by Standing last year that he would be taking legal action in both Canada and the United States to force them to recognize the existence of Sasquatches.
I'm speechless.
Yep.
Of all the things that I should be suing over this needle.
You should. I mean, you didn't know it was sharp.
I didn't know it was going to launch. Like it was one of those dumbed-down spring-loaded rocket launchers from the 80s.
You got an armed syringe. Fully armed and loaded.
All right.
So there's your paranews stories, Chad.
All right. Seems like it was a long trip, but we finally got there.
A lot of editing.
It'll be fine.
After the break, what's going on, Chad?
I think we're going to talk about some haunted locations in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky.
Wait, you know what would make that sound better?
What?
Hang on. Let's make it sound better. Ready? Take two.
Haunted locations in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky.
Didn't that make it so much better?
It did. I feel like it's a 1979 Halloween record. And we're back.
I don't know what to do. Hi. Hello. Wait. Hello.
There you go.
There. Thanks.
Wow. Well, guess what, Chris?
What's that, Chad?
Now that we're back, we're going to talk about Lawrenceburg.
Lawrenceburg, Indiana?
No, Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Do you know where Lawrenceburg, Kentucky is?
In Kentucky.
It is 14 miles south of Frankfort, which is where Crypticon is. In the 2010 census, there was just over 10,000 people. And it's home to the Four Roses and Wild Turkey distilleries.
Bourbon
and spirits.
in
Spirits
Kentucky.
and bourbon.
Imagine that.
I know. There are some cool haunted locations that you can go to on one of their ghost walking tours there.
Right.
Like the Anderson News Building with apparitions, voices, physical contact.
Hey.
Yeah. Little Lawrenceburg City Hall action. The TJ Ballard Drugstore. So you can pick up your blood pressure medication and possibly see a ghost.
Right.
And the Anderson County Courthouse. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Exactly. One of the first places I'd like to shoot a little bit of information out there about is the T.B. Rippey House. It was built in 1888.
Oh, sorry.
1888 by Wild Turkey mogul Thomas B. Rippey.
When you take the lead, I don't know what to do.
I know you don't.
Okay.
I'm more spontaneous than you are. Rippey died in 1902, and he left the house to his wife and 10 children.
Wow.
When Prohibition kicked in, the family had secret rooms and compartments, trapdoors, hidden staircases, and a maze-like basement. You had to get through it before 13 hours was up and find the baby.
Constructed.
Cons. After Prohibition, the family resumed legal bourbon distilling until 1952. In the 1960s, a reclusive, strange woman bought the house and sealed up the entire place except for the floor she lived on. The house fell into disrepair, and now it's on the Register of Historic Places and is being preserved. It's got ghosts in it.
Does it?
It does. All kinds of scary ghosts. Most widely reported phenomenon is disembodied voices. Shadowy figures float down the hallways. The sounds of boots on staircases. The doors open and close on their own. And even full-bodied vaporous apparitions.
What
probably class 5.
Yeah, that's the best kind.
I think it is. They're not too scary, but they're not too wimpy. So you get a little more satisfaction out of seeing them.
Right. What is the classifications of apparitions?
Hell, I don't know. All made up.
Well, you're sounding like you knew.
No, that's how you become an authority, Chris. You just sound like you know.
All right.
I don't know. We went over it once. I can't. My brain's not working right to think of it now.
We
We
did?
talked about poltergeists and
No.
intelligent hauntings. And,
When was that?
I don't know. It's been several shows back.
All right. I don't remember that show.
This is why I taught that.
Sure.
This is why I taught that class with Carrie, because she was, bullet points.
Bullet points.
I'd chip in when information would plug in at the right moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Datum.
So the TB Rippy house.
Yes, sir. Should go and check it out.
We should.
Maybe we'll go do an overnight if they'll let us.
I don't know about that.
Why not?
Because it's haunted.
Haunted houses aren't that scary.
We could look at it from the outside.
Yeah, we can go in.
You can.
Take some sleeping bags.
I'll be remote outside location, like watching for things through the windows and stuff.
No,
Yep.
that's no fun.
I'll be the base guy that sits out with the table and the computers.
You'll
and
be the
stuff.
basement guy.
Nope.
You get to sit in the basement in the dark.
I don't like our basement.
Why? That's where we're at now.
No, I know. I'm joking.
Oh.
Well, Chad, I've got one.
Yes.
The Anderson Hotel.
The Anderson Hotel.
Yes. The Anderson Hotel was built in the 1930s in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky.
All right.
And it now has been closed for quite some time.
How long?
At least, tens of years.
Tens of years?
Or decades.
Oh, well.
And when it was open, though, Chad, it was known as quite the seedy location.
Like prostitution.
Yeah, drugs, prostitution, murders.
She wrote.
And at least 3 suicides they know of.
Well.
Right. And so with all that, it has a reputation of being haunted.
Is that the place where they don't let investigators stay in it anymore because it's so crazy?
Because, it's so bad that you'll risk your own life.
Your eyes will explode.
They could. You ever seen the end of...
Event Horizon?
No, Raiders of the Lost Ark. When they open the Ark.
Don't look at it.
That's what happens if you go in there.
Melting Nazis.
That's right.
They never made you know how they make those Halloween candles that look like a hand and they melt down and they look all bloody and weird stuff? They never made a Nazi Halloween candle.
I have no idea why.
Toth. I have my Toth candle.
Nazi Halloween candles. It looks just like the Fuhrer.
Well.
Why is his face running? Anyway. Yeah, Chad, Paranormal Lockdown.
Okay.
I've personally not seen the show. Have you?
No.
No. They filmed an episode there, and apparently cameramen and investigators got bite marks and scratch marks.
Was the place still, did it still have prostitutes in it?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
But the guys from Weekend Weird actually went there and did an investigation as well. And
That's cool.
And this is where it kind of gets cool.
Mm-hmm.
They found a mattress that they said was wedged under a staircase in there. And when they looked at the mattress, it had a big stain on it.
Uh-huh.
Well, they tested that stain, and it was blood, Chad.
Blood?
Blood. It's the life.
Hellraiser.
And they thought it was from one of the young girls that had apparently cut her wrists there, one of the suicides.
Mm-hmm.
So what do, when you find a bloody mattress from somebody that, committed suicide on it?
Well, obviously, you find out where they did it, and you take the mattress back to the spot and hope that some sort of strange activity will occur.
You take that thing back to where they found the body.
That's what I do at night in the dark.
Right.
Yeah.
Alone. No,
and nobody knows you've left to do it.
Right. So they did take the mattress back where they found the body, Chad. Well, they started getting bites and scratches, started getting their hair pulled, and they actually got shoved a little bit.
Well,
That ghost wanted to shove you around. Sorry.
well, if you have ghost,
You've got everything.
that's right.
And then they also started seeing dark, shadowy figures in the hallways around the same time they took that mattress back.
Barnabas Collins.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
You could hear the click of his walking stick. And the other thing, Chad, that the Week in Weird investigation found.
Was it the board?
It was a board. And it was a floorboard that had lettering that they can't really match up to any known alphabet. And there were some little things that looked like snakes inscribed on this board. And it also looked like it had been splattered by blood.
Necronomicon Ex Mortis. Oh.
Don't speak of it. So, they thought that it might be something that some occultist used to try to open a portal to hell and invite some kind of critters into the old hotel.
It's like the automatic doors of Circuit City when we worked there.
And if you were close to the board, there were reports of feeling like you were being touched by freezing cold hands. And you would also get bites and slaps. Once again, the prostitutes were not there.
Oh.
And things around the board sometimes would move on their own, get thrown around. But there's also a theory that the board may have been somebody trying to repel any of the paranormal stuff.
So they made it like a talisman that was on a big board. So you have to hacksaw Jim Duggan that thing around with you to keep evil away.
Oh.
Oh.
Yep. There you go.
Exactly.
So that's the Anderson Hotel there, Chad.
Huh. Well, I've got another place that's really awesome.
Oh, yeah?
Want to hear about it?
Sure.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. It's the Dowling Hall. It was built in 1886. 1886? I hate you.
Once a show.
By bourbon distiller John Dowling. Dowling died in 1902. Coincidence? I think not. It was then ran by his wife until she was arrested during Prohibition for selling bourbon from her home. After her death, the house was a funeral home. Creepy. Dentist office. Creepier. Tattoo shop. Weird. And then it finally became a Catholic church.
Creepiest of all.
Well, it's full of all sorts of strange things. Reports of voices, apparitions, doors slamming on their own, EVPs, odd smells.
Well, I mean, we have that here.
It all occurred. It smelled like rotten eggs.
Smelled like death and Bengay.
It was like Bigfoot in the forest, crouched over a tree branch.
Yeah.
So there's some cool places that you can check out in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, if you're local here. If not, and you're traveling through, or you're coming here for a convention, or you just like to visit because you've never been to Kentucky before. You like the Derby, you like bourbon, go on some tours, you can go to Lawrenceburg.
Horses, bourbon, and ghosts.
Ponies, booze.
Wonder if you could ride a horse while drinking bourbon on the ghost tour.
It might be offered. Now that we've mentioned it in early 2019, once the permits have been all put out.
2019.
Yeah, because, they're going to have to take time to set that up, get insurance. There's going to have to be documentation, liability forms.
Copyright Paranormal Guys.
Yeah, Pong Productions.
I think the only thing you're missing there that would add to the whole thing, though, is at some point during the tour, there's a meth hog attack.
One day we'll run some meth hog tours where we'll take people out and they can go out into the places where the dreaded meth hogs may or may not be seen.
Can we, as long as we can make like meth hog tree beaten sticks?
Yeah, but you know what it's going to be called, right?
What?
It's going to be called Meth Hog Adventures. And we're going to get one of those old Broncos you can take the back off of and have like 3 other seats of people behind there.
Nice.
So it'll look like that scene from Tremors. And then we could have some little air spout things on the ground. Oh, God.
There was one.
There was a meth hog. Looks like he just done a bunch of meth and farted over in those weeds. And it's deadly.
Yep. Deadly meth hog farts.
That's right.
So, Lawrenceburg. Who knew?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Kentucky. Riddled with ghosts.
Riddled.
They're everywhere.
That's saying a lot.
I mean,
Everywhere.
There's a pizza place in Brandenburg that was an old jailhouse where they hung people. It is haunted, and they have pizza.
Is your house haunted?
Absolutely. You know how many people have died in that house? 2. And I was there to witness both of them.
I'm talking the one in Louisville.
Oh, no. There was probably 16, 17 people died in that one.
Wow, that went dark.
It sure did.
So anyway, yeah. Ghosts everywhere in Kentucky.
So there you go, Chris. Haunted Kentucky.
Awesome.
It is pretty amazing.
It is.
Kentucky's a good spot if you're into the paranormal and cryptozoology and just the strange people you might see out on any given day on a road trip.
I agree. You've got dogmen. You've got
Bigfoot.
You've got black-eyed kids.
River monsters.
Mm-hmm. You have hauntings everywhere. You have meth hogs. You got Pope Lick Monster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's like Toyota. Who could ask for anything more?
Wow.
Anyway, we want to give some shout-outs to all our fans. Thanks for listening. I'd like to say thanks to Mike Salvo. I hope he's listening. Mike's our number one fan.
Keep going. You're doing fine.
Okay.
You're doing fine.
I'd like to give a shout-out to my co-host, Chris.
Hi.
He makes it all happen. He's the man behind the curtain.
Thank you for finally acknowledging that.
Oh, I never didn't acknowledge that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just talk.
Yep.
And would like to, say thanks to everybody out there. And what are we going to do, Chris?
This is your...
No, it wouldn't be right.
This is your ball game.
No, because I got to do a part of the William Blanchard thing. You got to go on.
No, we're reversing this
No,
one.
I can't do that.
I am appalled by your ignorance, sir.
See, it just doesn't work. It tastes bitter. It's bitter when you taste it.
Come on. ParanormalGuys.com, listen to the show, blah, blah, blah,
Facebook,
blah, blah. William Blanchard.
ParanormalGuys.com.
I'll give the websites. You just talk. You go.
Okay.
Go.
Hey, Chris, you know where you can find more great Paranormal Guys fun?
Where?
Well, it'd be on our website. Do you know what that address is?
No.
Oh, you don't? Me
you?
neither.
Do
you
you?
set it up. I don't know.
I'm guessing it would probably be paranormalguys.com.
Let me check. Yeah, that's valid. We paid for it. It's
Yay.
working. Okay, so there's paranormalguys.com. Where else can they check out stuff from us, Chris?
Well, hang on, Chad.
Yeah.
If you go to paranormalguys.com, what kind of things can you do there?
Well, you can listen to the show. You can look at pictures. You can think about how cool we are. You can send us stories and photographs and anything you got going on in your life that may be strange or unusual.
If you wanted to shoot us an email without going to the website, how could you do that?
Yeah, you can shoot us an email at, let's see, it's the guys at paranormalguys.com. And let's see, you can contact us through Facebook.
How would you get there?
Just go to Facebook, look for Paranormal Guys.
I've heard rumors that you could also just type in facebook.com/paranormalguys.
Oh, yeah? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Huh. Isn't there a Twitter thing that you take care of? Or
not really.
Pictograph? What about that pictograph one you use?
Instagram.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
The ancient Egyptian online social media network.
What would you do on Instagram to find us?
I really don't know.
Just search for Paranormal Guys?
That's what I'd say to do. Think that would work?
Anything else to add?
No. What about the music for the show? That's a highlight.
It is.
Yeah, and people should really listen to more of the music that comes from our show from Mr. William Blanchard.
Musical genius.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it's great.
No. No, it
makes me happy. It makes me realize what the show would be if it was left in your hands.
Are you kidding me? I get into a rhythm. Once I get into a rhythm, I can change it up. I just have to practice a few times. Boy, there's not going to be a real ending to this show.
No, that was fun. I liked that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because, you got paranormalguys.com out there where you can listen to the show and see pictures and email us at the guys at paranormalguys.com. You got our Facebook in there, facebook.com/paranormalguys. You got William Blanchard in there, but you didn't say you could find him at facebook.com/William Blanchard Soundtrack.
The hell you say?
Even the Instagram account that we try to put some pictures on every now and then. There's hints that there's going to start being more because we got some stuff in the works.
That's true, we do.
Heck, Chad, that was a bang-up job.
All right. Well, until next time,
Yeah.
gonna have a paranormal weeks.
I'm appalled by hearing.
I don't need to know. I just know what it does.
I just know that it works.
I just know that there's buttons and it makes noises and I can talk weird.